Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Healing Days Oracle, or welcome if you're new. If you're new here guys, consider subscribing. All my links are below if you want to have a private reading with me or anything from my Etsy shop. Today we continue with the message of the day, tarot message of the day, something for you to focus on. I do read from the book and talk a little bit about it. I am using the Dark Wood Tarot this week, so I will be changing the decks, throughout the weeks, but this is the first one that I'm using, so I'll continue with this. And we see here what's the focus of the day, the message of the day, anything that we needed to hear today. And remember, this is the Dark Wood Tarot, and we do have the light and shadow sides anyway. So what we need to hear today, okay, we do have Two of Swords. So two swords. We had the 2 cups and 2 swords so far. So just to give you an idea, this is a lovely book that everything is colorful. So already on the swords here. So the 2 of Swords, you can see here how the image can be, really filled with the details here. So it's very good. And I'll read here and talk about it a little bit. 2 of Swords, Retreat. A madness takes shape as a woman sits near a reflection pond. She holds 2 identical swords and wears a blindfold. 3 branches roaming like hungry fingers reach toward her. Shadow monsters approach from all sides. 2 shadows form the devil of self-criticism. 1 shadow forms of a man who fears what others think. The 4th shadow is the cat that fears its own instincts. It is the conflict of what we want versus societal ideals. The dualistic mind believes in the separation between the self and the world. Duality appears in the woman's reflection, within the symmetry of her swords and the base of her body. She sits squarely, her knees open. Gaze at the reflection pool. Nothing actually creeps towards her. She imagines the shadows. She is the projector. The fears and monsters are inside her head. None of it is real. She hides her true self from the world out of fear and ideas she has invented. The shadows and trees are figments of her imagination. She warps and twists them to fit the narrative inside her head. Look closer at the reflection. There are no trees at all. Even the dark wood exists inside the mind. The 2 of Swords reflects a voluntary retreat into the inner mental sanctum. It is discovering the truth of what you feel. Forgo distraction from the chatter, energy, and influence of others. Find inner peace. Meaning, meditation and retreat, the symmetry of ideas and thoughts. Taking time to discover how you really feel, think, and respond to external circumstances. Choosing words carefully. The ability to recognize old habits and patterns. A new path, even if the new strategy is unclear. Silence of the mind. Shadow. How far are you willing to go to protect yourself? Better to face the issue at hand than to retreat inward, especially if you have a tendency to isolate yourself. Avoid martyring yourself. It helps no one, least of all you. Allow and accept help when offered. Very interesting card, and it's interesting to see that how it's just a projection here. It's just in the mind. The top here really representing the mind. I'll show you here again on the book, which is showing very big. The top side is showing, yes, there's all this shadows and all this fear, self-criticism, thinking about others. And when you look under, you really see the real reflection, what's really happening. Nothing. It's all clear. And that happens so many times in our lives when we criticize ourselves and we're afraid of doing something. We are not making a decision. The 2 of Swords is about making decisions, procrastinating as well when you wanted to do something because you're thinking about what the other people will think of you, what will society think of you. What about what you want, So many times we allow things, and many times they are in our minds. even the things that we think someone will think bad, your family will think bad, many times once we decide and we really confront that, we realize that people don't really have, the exact idea that we thought to begin with, or the reaction that we thought they would have. So we don't even allow ourselves to have a situation happening in our lives because of fear, and then we don't even give ourselves a chance many times to go through something that we want to do or learn, or someone as well you want to get to know, or a place you want to travel, or a place you want to apply for a job, anything that you're trying to do, manifest, because of fears of others. And many times the fear is on our minds, it's ourselves, our own criticism, self-criticism, ideas that things could be the worst, many times thinking the worst case scenario. And I say many times, it's not always possible to be positive all the time. You can try, and you can just understand that when negativity comes, when self-doubt comes, to just be able to at least catch yourself when you overthinking, when you just paralyzed and not really making any decision, to at least be able to recognize that, so you can decide to change that perspective and make a decision and do something that is resonating with your heart, to trust that you will at least try. Many times the regrets that happens is because we didn't even try and something that not working out, at least you're learning a lesson. There is something there for you to learn, understand, and move forward if that's the case. But what if you have at least a chance? What if you at least try? And many times we need to stop thinking about what the others are gonna think. And many times people don't even have that amount of time to really think, and be taking care of your life instead of theirs. Everybody is dealing with their own issues, their own problems. And even if someone thinks something negative about you, it could be just a split of second, and that it wouldn't affect you anyway. So to not be worrying too much. Of course, we need to be responsible, and we need to be accountable, and but we needed to find a middle ground. We need to find a balance as well, because many times we're just stressing ourselves out and not living, just thinking about what other people think of us or what we will do. And also, it can be really beneficial to just, try and think, what would I do if I did not have any fear? If I just thought in a positive way this is gonna work out, or to at least try to try something new and learn a new lesson in my life. So consider rethinking, especially things that you really wanted to do, or it's resonating with your heart, but you're just not having the courage, of holding that doubt in your mind there. And it could be just a simple thing. Many times, catch yourself if you're procrastinating a lot on a decision. What is really stopping you? Is it your mind? Is it other people? Or no, just fears that are irrational fears many times. Yeah, I'll leave you with this, guys. Very interesting card to think about, something to really analyze. Remember, the swords are all about the mind, the communication as well. How you communicate with yourself. In this case here, how you communicate with others. But first of all, with you, so you can make a decision here in your life. I hope this helps you out, guys. If you want an extension of this reading or any other questions, my link is below for private readings, as well for my Etsy shop. Everything you see in front of you and much more is there. If you're new here, consider subscribing, like and share this video. It helps the channel very much. And as always, I wish you a lovely, blessed, and healing day. Thanks for watching.